Bruno Fernandes faces uncertain future at Manchester United, amid 100 millimeters Al Hilal. Interest Bruno Fernandes may have been Manchester United's brightest light in an otherwise bleak and disappointing season, but questions are now swirling around his future at Old Trafford. Saudi Arabian powerhouse Al Hilal are circling with a staggering $100 million offer for the Portuguese playmaker, a move that could force United into a difficult decision during what promises to be a transformative summer. New United manager Ruben Amorim has made his stance clear. Losing his captain is simply not on the table. Following a historically poor campaign that saw United finish 15th in the Premier League and miss out on Champions League qualification, Fernandes's leadership and creativity have never been more crucial, despite Amorim's insistence on keeping the midfielder. The club faces serious financial constraints and the need for a major squad overhaul. This financial pressure could push United into entertaining substantial offers, even for key players like Fernandes. The rebuild has begun, but the big question remains, will Bruno be a part of it? Amorim reiterated recently, Bruno Fernandes is a crucial piece of what we want to achieve at this club. Speculation about Fernandes's future intensified after his recent comments hinted at possible changes ahead. Now 30, the Portugal international stood out in an otherwise dismal United campaign, where he was often the sole source of quality and determination on the pitch. However, United's failure to salvage their season, capped by a Europa League final defeat that also dashed their last hopes of Champions League football, has thrown his long-term commitment into doubt. Al Hilal are prepared to go all in, offering $100 million to lure Fernandes to the Saudi Pro League if the midfielder is ready to close the chapter on his Old Trafford career. While United are willing to consider serious bids for many of their players this summer, Amorim continues to stress that Fernandes is central to his vision. Speaking ahead of United's upcoming post-season tour of Asia, Amorim reinforced that message. He's very important for us, and for what we want to build with this team. He elaborated further. In the last game, with the pressure off, the team played well. Everyone wanted the ball, and in those moments, Bruno takes responsibility. That tells you everything about his value to us. Still, with United needing to raise funds to rebuild a squad that limped to their worst-ever Premier League finish, tough choices may be unavoidable. The club is reportedly set to activate the $62.5 million release clause for midfield target Matuska, and is also eyeing Ipswich Town striker Liam Delap, who is available for $30 million. Sporting director Jason Wilcox knows Delap well from their shared time at Manchester City and is understood to be leading the push to bring him to United. But further additions will be required if United hope to bounce back next season. And Amorim acknowledged that missing out on Champions League revenue will significantly impact their ability to maneuver in the market. Omar Bada can explain this better than I can, Amorim joked, before adding, "We've prepared two plans, one with Champions League football and one without. Without it, we don't need as big a squad. We can manage the group more effectively. Our main goal is to improve the players we already have and strengthen our academy. That's the future. The situation won't change much because of FFP rules. We simply aren't allowed to do a lot this summer." The manager urged fans and players alike to stay united during the tough transition period. "We're going to struggle at times. Things won't change overnight. But I already see progress. And that's the most important thing." While United are still dealing with the fallout of their disastrous season, Amorim believes that missing out on Europe's top competition could provide some benefits, namely, giving his team the space to build a stronger foundation. "Our first goal is to win the next match," he said. "Not being in the Champions League might actually help us develop the core of the team we want for the future." Arsenal close in on Victor Gyökeres as Swedish star hints at Sporting Lisbon. Exit after a record-breaking season capped with a domestic double, Victor Gyökeres may have just played his final game for Sporting Lisbon, and Arsenal are watching closely. The prolific Swedish striker, who netted his 53rd goal of the season in stoppage time of the Portuguese Cup final, left fans and reporters alike speculating about his next move with a cryptic response when asked about his future. "Let's see," he said. "It's hard to say. In football, you never really know what will happen." That uncertainty hasn't deterred Arsenal, who have made the 26-year-old their top summer target as Mikel Arteta searches for a reliable goalscorer to propel the Gunners to Premier League glory. With 66 goal contributions in just 51 appearances, this season, Gyökeres has become one of the most sought-after forwards in Europe. Sporting are expected to demand $60 million, and Arsenal are reportedly ready to meet that valuation, along with a weekly wage offer exceeding $200,000. The speculation comes after a dramatic cup final where Gyökeres played a pivotal role. With Sporting trailing rivals Benfica, he calmly slotted home an equalizer from the penalty spot deep into added time, sending the match into extra time. Sporting then surged ahead, with goals from Conrad Harder and Francisco Trincão securing a 3-1 victory and sealing the double. Following the final whistle and trophy lift, the spotlight quickly turned to Gyökeres. When asked specifically about a potential move to Arsenal, he remained guarded. "I don't know. I'm just focusing on these last games. It's so important. I don't want to think about anything else. If something happens, we'll see in the summer." Arsenal ready to move. According to United Report, Arsenal believe they'll land the Swede if they meet Sporting's asking price. The Gunners are prepared to offer a lucrative contract to get the deal over the line and finally solve their goal-scoring problem. Sporting and Gyökeres have waited until the end of the season to address his future, but with the campaign now concluded, negotiations with interested clubs are expected to begin. Arsenal sitting firmly at the front of the queue. Having finished second in the Premier League for a third consecutive season, Arsenal are keenly aware that the lack of a consistent striker has held them back. Injuries to Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz have hurt their title chances, and sporting director Andrea Berta has been tasked with finding a solution. Gyökeres is believed to be Arsenal's #1 target, ahead of RB Leipzig's Benjamin Šeško. Mikel Arteta has made no secret of the fact that Arsenal need more firepower to push beyond their current ceiling. "To win big trophies, you have to dominate the market," Arteta said before Arsenal's final league game. "With the injuries we've had in attack, it's clear. We need more goal threats, more creativity. We can't just rely on what we had before. We need to add quality in key positions." Gyökeres fits that description perfectly. Whether or not Arsenal can seal the deal remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the striker's future will be one of the defining stories of this summer's transfer window.